Guys, yeah, today we're going to see about the MuleSoft ESP demo. So here you can see Mule ESP, right? So what is the ESP? We'll see first, and here I'll put you some agenda points here to before going to start our demo. I'll put some agenda point here. So what we are going to cover in this demo. So I have put some points here. So once it is completed, we'll explain in Telugu also. You no need to worry. So what is the integration and what is the ESP and why this ESP is required in this present situation, and when to use ESP, when not to use ESP. So that point also we'll discuss. And also one more thing, why MuleSoft ESPs are required. Why? Because so we have a number of ESPs are available in present market. So in this, especially why we have choose this Mule ESP. So that thing also we need to discuss, and some of the Mule components we'll discuss in this demo session. Okay, so I'm going to cover each and every point one by one. So first of all, we are going to discuss about the integrations. How many people know about the integration? So if anyone know about the integration, you can unmute and you can tell. So if you don't have it, then I'll conclude. Anyone know about the integration? Guys, anyone know? So if you can tell in your own language also, what is the integration? What you understand in your own language?
Connecting two systems, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yeah, you can tell in that way also. I'm asking, right? I have told you. Like in your own language, you can tell. Okay, connecting two system. That is called integration. Absolutely correct. Here we can integrate nothing but we can connect or we can combine, we can merge two systems or two applications. Okay, that is called integrations. So here for this integration I am taking two application, application A and application B. So this application A is developed on Java and application B is developed on .NET. What is this application? First of all, usually every day you'll use some kind of applications, right? Apps, right? We can call it as apps, mobile apps or desktop apps, any kind of apps. So that application will build on top of different technologies like Java, .NET, Android, so iOS, different types of languages they will use to build the applications. So to combine the two applications, we will use this integrations. We can call it as integration also to combine two things. So in technical terminology, if we talk in technical terminology, so if we combine two applications or two systems, that is called integration. Okay. And now here I'll go with the second point. So what is the ESP? Why we need this ESP? Okay. So that thing we'll discuss. So first of all, what is the ESP? ESP is nothing but enterprise service bus. Okay. So when we need to use this ESP, we'll see first. Okay. So if you see this diagram, so we can call it as a point-to-point integration. Okay. Why? Because so we are integrating two applications directly. So is nothing but a point-to-point integration. So here, if you are integrating two applications, the diagram will be like this. If you are integrating multiple applications, the diagram will be like this. Nothing but it's look like very clumsy, right? So integrating more applications using point-to-point connection. Okay. So here we are using point-to-point integration to integrate the multiple applications. Okay. So here I'm using in this way I'm integrating. Sorry guys. Okay, in this way we can integrate multiple applications by using the point-to-point integration. So here we can see some of the problems also, point-to-point integrations. So if we are integrating directly the applications, we can see some of the problems. What are the problems you can see? So first of all, I'll explain one scenario. So where we can integrate the applications. Okay. For example, if you go to some kind of a site like a kind of a Flipkart, or if you go to any kind of site, Amazon. So if you go to any kind of site, for example, I will draw one diagram so then you can understand very well. So first of all, just if you can understand, so one user came and this user will integrate with the one application. Okay, so this user will enter into one application. So this is the application A. So you can assume this is the Flipkart or Amazon application. Okay, this is the Flipkart or Amazon application. So you have entered into this application and you see the one product and you purchase that product, right? So once you purchase that product, just assume this is the one product you have purchased. For this product, you need to pay the amount, right? So to pay the amount, you need to connect to one kind of a payment gateway. Okay, just assume this is the payment gateway. So here you need to do your payment through the bank, right? So just assume this is the one more bank. It's called like ICICI Bank. So you are doing your payment through the ICICI Bank or Andhra Bank, any other banks. So here I'm integrating. So if I want to purchase one item and if I want to pay the bill for that item, I need to integrate the two applications. What are the applications? One is the Amazon application and another one is the ICICI application. So in this scenario, I need to integrate two applications. If I integrate these two applications by using this point-to-point integration, so there is some drawbacks. Why? Because if you are integrating two applications, that is fine. Sometimes, why? Because in large scale, if you think in large scale, like you need to integrate multiple applications. For example, to get the products, you need to integrate with the multiple companies, right? So and to do the payment, you need to integrate with the ICICI Bank, and to do the navigation purpose, you need to integrate with some navigation applications. So there is a lot of things are available. So here, if you want to complete your one process, internally you need to integrate with the multiple applications. But if you are using point-to-point integration to integrate the multiple application, the diagram will be like this. So it is a look like very clumsy, right? So here you can see some of the drawbacks. Here you can see what are the drawbacks. For example, here I'm here I'm integrating this application to this application, right? While sending data, it will send our data in it by using two parameters. What are the two parameters? So for example, here I'm like purchasing the product. Okay, this is my product. My product name is like kind of a Samsung. My product is a Samsung mobile. You can say mobile. Okay, Samsung mobile I have purchased. After that, I have some price, right? So price is like kind of a 20,000. And one more details is like address details. I have some address also. I have added the address also. Something HYD, some details I have added, included. All these details I have included, and even my name and everything I have included here. Okay, email ID and everything I have included into that. While purchasing this product, I have included all these details. Okay, so after that, I need to send these details to the bank site, right? So how can I send this data? So in two formats. Okay, so sorry, in by using two parameters, we can send all these details from one application to another application. What are the two parameters? One is like protocol. Okay, one is like protocol. Another one is like uh, you can see data message. Okay, we can call it as a message type. These two parameters we'll use. Okay, so here, so what is the protocol? Exactly what is the protocol? I'll tell you. Okay, so for example, if I want to open this ICICI Bank site, for example, ICICI site, right? ICICI net banking site I want to open. So here I'll click on the first link. So here you can see the URL, right? So I'll copy this URL, I'll paste into the notepad. Okay, I'll paste into the notepad. So here you can see in the URL HTTPS, you can see, right? So this is called protocol. If you want to send any data to particular application, you have to use the protocols. Okay. So for the different types of application, we have different types of protocols. Some applications we have protocol HTTP protocol, and some application we have JMS protocols. Okay, in this way we have some applications we have SFTP. We have multiple types of protocols are available for connecting to the different applications. Okay, so in this scenario, we can call it as a source system. Okay, we are sending our data from this Amazon application to ICICI application, right? So we can call it as a source application. Okay, so sorry guys, some disturbance is coming here. Okay, so here you can consider this is source application. Okay, this is the target application. So this is the target application. So we are sending our data from the source application to target application. So while sending the data, I need to consider two parameters. One is the protocol and another one is the message type. Okay, so here protocol, so this source system is sending protocol is like HTTP protocol, but our target system is expecting some other protocol like JMS protocol. So these two protocols are different. So in this scenario, if you go with the point-to-point integration, it is very burden to changing all this protocol each and every time. Okay, and message type also. So we have different types of message types. So for example, I have explained the different types of protocols, right? What are the types of protocols we have? So HTTP we have, JMS protocols we have, SFTP, SFTP, and we have SMTP. So in this way we have multiple types of protocols. Okay, so in the same way we have different types of message types also. What are the types we have message types? So here you can see, I'll show you different types of message types. Like text format, we have message type is like text format or JSON or XML, and also we can see some other formats like CSV. Okay, I'll tell you what are these formats also, I'll tell you. Okay, so here for example, our source system is sending through the HTTP and JSON format, but our target system is expecting JMS in a text format or XML format. So here my source system is different protocol and different message type, and my target system has different protocol and different message type. So if you are using point-to-point integration, it is very burden actually. Like if you have only two applications, that is fine. But if you have multiple applications, it's look like very clumsy. Okay. And here you can see some of the drawbacks of the point-to-point integration. Like so continuously your source system and target system changing their protocols. So these we cannot interact directly. Okay. So some got message. So we cannot call it as a complete protocol as a URL. Okay, so in the URL we have different parts. For example, if you take this URL, so this is the protocol. We can call it as a, this is the protocol. HTTPS is the protocol. This is the host. Up to here you can consider as a host, and this is the path. You can consider this is the path. Okay, so you should not consider all this as a protocol. We can divide URL as a different parts. Okay, understood, right? Yeah, if you have any doubts you can ask me through the chat also. And now here you can see, and happens more application to application level, many not aligned properly business goals. For example, if you are integrating two applications, that is fine. Okay, if you are going to the point-to-point integration, but if you are integrating multiple level applications, so by using this point-to-point integration, you may not align the business goals. Nothing but you can't meet the business goals. Like for every business, they have their certain goals, right? Within the particular time period, they need to complete their application. They need to complete their integration. If you are using point-to-point integration, so you can't actually. For example, in future they want to change the protocol, target system protocol, but immediately you cannot change the protocol. Why? Because it is tightly coupled. At least you will take some 1 month or 2 months time to change the protocol and change the all logic. So it is very burden, right? So the business people will not accept that much time. So they need immediate changes. Okay, they need immediate fixes. So that's why in that scenario, it will not, if you are going with the point to point integration, it will not align with the business goals. And to avoid this all like problems in point to point integration, they have introduced ESPs. Okay, so now we are coming to the second point, ESPs. They have introduced ESPs. So if anyone asks you in the interview or some other place, so why the ESPs are introduced, you can simply say like previously ESPs we have point to point integration. In the point to point integration we have some of the drawbacks. So that's why they have introduced ESP. So what is the ESP? First of all, if you see the diagram of ESP, you can understand. So here we can see the diagram. They have integrated multiple applications, application A, application B, application C, application D, E. In this way, they have integrated multiple applications, right? By using point to point. If you see the same diagram with the ESPs, here you can see very clean diagram and neat diagram, right? So nothing but in this all applications we are using one common ESP. In between, in among all these applications, we have used ESP. So in this time, application A directly will not interact with the application E. So in between we have ESP. So application A will interact with the ESP and application E will interact with the ESP. So ESP is a common area for here. So here we can easily integrate all this application via ESPs. Okay. So here like ESP, right? So how this ESP can handle this many applications? How this can, like how we can avoid this problem? Especially we have some problems, right? Frequently we are changing protocols. That is the one problem. Frequently we are changing message type. This is also one of the, we can say this is the one of the problem. One more problem. How we can achieve these problems by using this ESPs? How means by using these like these components. Okay, in MuleSoft we have these components, special components we can call connectors. We have in MuleSoft transformation, we have routing, we have and filtering we have. So different types of components we have in MuleSoft. By using this, we can avoid these problems. First of all, we can avoid this protocol problem and we can avoid this message type problem by using this all components. Like by using connectors, especially we can change the protocol easily from HTTP to SFTP, SFTP to JMS. We can easily change actually by using connectors. In MuleSoft, they have provided for each system, they have provided each connector. For example, if you want to connect to the HTTP protocol, they have introduced one connector for HTTP protocol. They have introduced one connector for SFTP protocol. They have introduced one connector for JMS protocol. So what is the connector first of all? So this connector, for example, I want to show you. Okay, at this moment I should not show this, but I want to show you. Okay. So this is called connector. Okay, for example, if you go to the here you can see all the connector. Salesforce connector we have, SFTP connector we have, JMS connector we have. So different types of connectors we have. Okay. So here different types of connectors we have, VM and Salesforce and Java, email. So different types of connectors I have, database. So So you are seeing like simply I will drag and drop this connector. For example, if I want to include SFTP JMS connector, simply I can drag this JMS connector here. Okay, simply I can drag the JMS, sorry. So first of all, I need to include this to here project. So then I can add this into my project. Okay, so I'll tell you, I'll explain this everything in our remaining sections. You no need to worry. So just I want to show you like how we can add the connectors. Okay, simply I can drag and drop like this. Okay, I can drag from the palette and I can add here. Okay, so if I want to change from this like JMS protocol to some database protocol, simply I will delete this, right click and I will delete. I will add the database. Okay, simply I will drag here. So how it is simple, you can understand. Okay, how much it is simple, you can understand. Okay, 1 second guys. Okay, so here you can see how it is simple. So in this way, by using this connector, we can easily change the protocol. Okay, I'll explain later very clearly. By using the connectors, you can shift from JMS to JMS to HTTP, HTTP to database. So SMTP, you can change any connector very simple. Okay, so in this way, you can easily change the protocol by using the connectors. Okay, so yeah, it is the one of the solutions like connectors, and one more solution is like message type, right? So how you can change the message type simply by using here, if you can see here, transformation we have. By using this transformation, we can easily transform the data from one format to another format, from JSON to XML, XML to HTML. We can easily transform. Okay, guys, I'm getting continuous calls from my office. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, actually I've stuck with some problems in office, so just give me 2 minutes. Okay, stay here, just give me Yeah, guys, some critical issues going on, so that's why. Okay, not to worry. So I'll complete as soon as possible, okay, in a simple way. So here you understand, right, like what is the connectors and what is the transformation. So transformation, it will easily change the data from one format to another format, like JSON to XML, XML to HTML, can easily transform. So here, for example, you are sending HTTP JSON data, and here it is expecting some JMS XML data. So by using these connectors and transform messages, you can easily, simply you will drag JMS connector and one transform message. Simply you can change. In future, it is changed like some other format like SFTP and CSV. Simply you will drag the SFTP connector, and by using transform message, you can change the data. So here you are seeing only simply connector, but internally this connector have like 1,000 lines of code. Okay. So internally this connector have 1,000 lines of code. So that is the advantage we can see in MuleSoft. Everything is ready-made code, nothing but everything is inbuilt code we have as like components. We can call it as a components. Every component have 1,000 lines of code, but they are easier. Okay, they are make it as easier for us to work with the MuleSoft without writing any code. Okay, so they have all the code they have built in the all the components, and they have introduced as a component, so that we can easily access actually. Okay, we can easily utilize that components, and we can easily integrate the different kind of applications. Now we can see, so here you can see, just assume this is the MuleSoft. Okay, this pipeline is the MuleSoft. So this MuleSoft internally have routing mechanism and transformations and connectors. This ESP have multiple features, and this Mules, by using this MuleSoft ESP, directly we can connect to the HTTP protocol and .NET application, SMTP protocol and mail systems, JCA protocol, SAP systems, JMS protocols, messaging servers. So in this way, by using different protocols, we'll connect to the different systems by using the MuleSoft ESP. Okay. So first of all, like if you talk about the ESPs, when to use ESP, when not to use ESP. For example, so simply I can say, so in one answer, gunshot answer is like, your protocols and message types are continuously changing, you need to go with the ESPs. If your message, like if your protocols and message types are not changing frequently, so better to go with the point to point integration. Okay, I'm suggesting that thing. So most of the, but in our industry, most of the people will expect the kind of a rapid changes only. Why? Because we don't know, right? So this day we are integrating with the one system. In our future, we may need to integrate with the another system also. In that scenario, if you are going to point, it is very like difficult to change the systems. So that's why all the company peoples, all the business people, like always prefer the this kind of ESP integrations only. So that's why this ESPs got this much craze. Okay, so in the market. So here you can see we have different types of ESPs are available in the market, like commercial ESPs, open source ESPs. We have different types of ESPs are available. Like we have commercial ESPs means we have to pay some amount to utilize these ESPs. Here you can see TIBCO, Oracle, IBM, WebSphere. So these are the, we can call it as a commercial ESPs. You have to pay some amount to utilize this ESPs. But here you can see some of the open source ESPs also, like MuleSoft, WSO2, and Apache service. So Apache Camel. Here you can see all the open source ESPs also. By using this ESPs directly without paying any amount also, you can utilize this ESP services. What is the ESP means? Enterprise Service Bus. If I want to explain in a simple words, I can explain you like with a common general example, like if you take one RTC service bus, it will provide the some services to the customers or passengers. What are the service it will provide? So it will take the customer from one station to another station, right? So in the same way, our ESPs also will take the data from one application to another application or one system to another system by using this ESPs. Okay, in that way you can understand. So here we have two types of ESPs, like commercial ESPs and open source ESPs. And here you can see why the MuleSoft ESP this much popular and what is the purpose of like so here you can see some of the advantages of Mule ESP. So Mule is the open source ESPs and it's a lightweight and faster. It's a developer friendly. Here you can see it's a cloud ready. Okay. So nothing but so MuleSoft is a open source. Anyone can utilize this ESP. It's same like as a Java or some other open source tools. It's a lightweight and it's a faster. So it's a we can build our application within the KBs only, not in MBs. Within the KBs only we can build our application, and within the milliseconds only we can get the response from the application. So it's a lightweight and faster. It's a developer friendly also. Any developer can adapt this technology. So why? Because you are coming, all are coming from the different backgrounds, right? But still you can learn this MuleSoft ESP. Why? Because it's a developer friendly. Any developer can migrate to this technology very easily. Okay, and it's a cloud ready. So we have cloud feature also, so that we can directly work in cloud and we can test our application in the cloud. Okay, so here you can see some overview of the MuleSoft ESP diagram. Here you can see some messaging flows. Okay, so here you can see some of the source system we have. Here you can consider this is the target system. In between we'll build a one flow. We can call it as a flow. And in between that flow, you will drag some components like filter, transfer message components. In this way, you'll drag some components and you will generate a one flow. So here you can see some references links like MuleSoft ESP and Mule forums and Facebook page. Here you can see all the references. Okay, that's it about the small introduction of the demo. So tomorrow we will discuss about the some real-time use cases where we are using this MuleSoft ESP in real-time use cases. Okay, why? Because you have to understand, right? So we are learning the MuleSoft and we are building the application, but where we are using this application really. Okay, first you have to know that thing. Then only you can understand how much these integrations are required for this real-time world. Okay, so then only you can understand. So simply I can say like Android means, if you learn the Android, what is the use of Android means, you can easily tell. How you can tell? We can build a mobile application. So every day we are using Android mobiles, right? So then you understand, you may understand something about the Android, but you don't know about the integrations, right? Where we are using this integration exactly in the real-time world. So all these things we'll discuss in a tomorrow session. Okay, that is about all the MuleSoft demo, MuleSoft ESP. Okay, if I explain in the simple words in Telugu, like what is the integration? Integration nothing but integration అంటే ఏంటి మనకి టూ థింగ్స్ని మనం కంబైన్ చేయడం అంటే కలపడాన్ని ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ అంటారు. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ మనకి ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ కోసం మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం? సో ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ అనేది మనకి టూ టైప్స్ ఉంటుంది అనమాట. ఒకటి పాయింట్ టు పాయింట్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్, ఇంకొకటి బై యూజింగ్ ఈఎస్పి ఆల్సో వీ కెన్ ఇంటిగ్రేట్ అనమాట. ఇంటిగ్రేట్ యూఎస్పిస్ యూజింగ్ ఈఎస్పిస్ ఆల్సో మనం ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేయొచ్చు అండ్ డైరెక్ట్గా టూ అప్లికేషన్ ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఇలా టూ అప్లికేషన్ డైరెక్ట్గా ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలంటే కోడ్ రాయాలన్నమాట. ఒక 1000 lines ఆఫ్ కోడ్ రాయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. సో రాసినప్పుడు ఏమైందంటే అప్లికేషన్ బిలో ఏమైనా చేంజెస్ వచ్చినాయి అనుకోండి, ఎవ్రీ టైం మన కోడ్ని చేంజెస్ చేయాలి, ఆ 1000 lines ఆఫ్ కోడ్ని చేంజెస్ చేయాలి. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇక్కడ హెచ్టిటిపితో కనెక్ట్ అవ్వడానికి, జేసన్ డేటాతో కనెక్ట్ అవ్వడానికి కోడ్ రాసాం. సో ఫ్యూచర్లో నాకు హెచ్టిటిపి బదులు జేఎంఎస్ కావాలి, నాకు ఎక్స్ఎంఎల్ ఫార్మాట్ కావాలని అనుకోండి, సో అది ఆ కోడ్ అంతా చేంజ్ చేయాలి నేను ఎవ్రీ టైం. అదే మీరు ఇక్కడ ఈఎస్పిస్ యూజ్ చేశారనుకోండి, సో ఎవ్రీ టైం మీరు చేంజ్ చేసే పని ఉండదు. కోడ్ సింపుల్గా ఒక కనెక్టర్ని డిలీట్ చేస్తారు, ఇంకో కనెక్టర్ని యాడ్ చేస్తారు. జేఎంఎస్ కావాలంటే జేఎంఎస్ కనెక్టర్ యాడ్ చేస్తారు, ఎస్ఎఫ్టిపి కావాలంటే ఎస్ఎఫ్టిపి కనెక్టర్ యాడ్ చేస్తారు. జస్ట్ డ్రాగ్ అండ్ డ్రాప్ చేసుకోవడమే. ఇక్కడ మీరు యు నో నీడ్ టు రైట్ ఏ 1000 lines ఆఫ్ కోడ్, సింప్లీ యూ విల్ డ్రాగ్ అండ్ డ్రాప్ ద కనెక్టర్స్. దట్ ఈస్ ద బిగ్ అడ్వాంటేజ్ వీ కెన్ సీ ఇన్ ఏ ఈఎస్పిస్. ఓకే, ఈఎస్పిస్లో మెయిన్ అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏంటంటే ఎవ్రీథింగ్ డ్రాగ్ అండ్ డ్రాప్ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి మనకి ఏ చేంజ్ కావాలంటే ఆ చేంజ్ని మనం సింపుల్గా డ్రాగ్ అండ్ డ్రాప్ చేసుకొని మనం అడాప్ట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో ఇక్కడ మీరు చూస్తే కొన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటాయి మనకి పాయింట్ టు పాయింట్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్లో. ఆ డయాగ్రామ్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది పాయింట్ టు పాయింట్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ది మల్టిపుల్ అప్లికేషన్తో ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఏంటంటే మీకు ఆల్రెడీ డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నట్టు ప్రోటోకాల్స్ అనమాట. టార్గెట్ సిస్టమ్ ఇక్కడ చూడండి మీరు, ఇఫ్ మెసేజ్ ప్రొడ్యూసర్ అండ్ కన్జ్యూమర్. ప్రొడ్యూసర్ అంటే ఇట్స్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఏ సోర్స్, కన్జ్యూమర్ అంటే టార్గెట్ అనమాట. సోర్స్ సిస్టమ్, టార్గెట్ సిస్టమ్ ఆర్ ఎక్స్పోజ్డ్ బై ది డిఫరెంట్ ప్రోటోకాల్స్. అంటే మనకి సోర్స్ సిస్టమ్ హెచ్టిటిపి ప్రోటోకాల్ ఉండి, ఇది జేఎంఎస్ ప్రోటోకాల్, డిఫరెంట్ ప్రోటోకాల్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు మనకి ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ అనేది చాలా డిఫికల్ట్ అయిపోద్ది అనమాట బై యూజింగ్ పాయింట్ టు పాయింట్. ఓకే, మెసేజ్ టైప్స్ కూడా కంటిన్యూస్ చేంజ్ అవుతున్నాయి అనుకోండి సోర్స్ సిస్టమ్కి టార్గెట్ సిస్టమ్కి, అప్పుడు కూడా మనకి ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ అనేది చాలా కష్టం అయింది అనమాట. సో ఇలా పాయింట్ టు పాయింట్ కనుక మనం యూజ్ చేస్తే ప్రాపర్ బిజినెస్ గోల్స్ అనేవి మనం మీట్ అవ్వలేము. సో అందుకని దే హ్యావ్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్డ్ ఈఎస్పి కాన్సెప్ట్. ఆల్రెడీ మీకు చెప్పా కదా ఈఎస్పి కాన్సెప్ట్ అంటే ఏంటో. సో వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ సర్వీస్ బస్సెస్ అనమాట. ఈ ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ సర్వీస్ బస్ యూజ్ చేసేసి మనం సర్వీసెస్ని పబ్లిష్ చేస్తాం, ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తాం, ఒక అప్లికేషన్ నుంచి ఇంకో అప్లికేషన్కి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తాం. ఎనీథింగ్ వీ కెన్ డూ బై యూజింగ్ ఈఎస్పి. ఎందుకు ఎలా చేయగలుగుతున్నాం అలా అంటే, సో ఇందులో ఇన్బిల్ట్ కనెక్టర్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఇన్బిల్ట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఇన్బిల్ట్ రౌటర్స్, ఫిల్టర్స్ చాలా ఉంటాయి అనమాట. రౌటర్స్ అంటే ఒక్కోసారి మనం మల్టిపుల్ అప్లికేషన్ని కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాల్సి వచ్చింది, అప్పుడు ఈ రౌటర్స్ యూజ్ అవుతాయి. ఫిల్టర్ అంటే మనకు అన్నెసరీ డేటాని ఫిల్టర్ చేసుకోవడానికి ఫిల్టర్స్ కూడా యూజ్ అవుతాయి అనమాట. ఓకే, సో ఇవన్నీ కాంపోనెంట్స్ అన్నీ మనకి ఈఎస్పీస్లో అవైలబుల్గా ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి మనకి ఈఎస్పీస్ ఇంత పాపులర్ అయింది. ఓకేనా. సో ఇక్కడ మీరు చూసుకుంటే ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ ఉంటుంది, సోవా ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ అంటారు దీన్ని, సర్వీస్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్. ఇది మీరు ఒక ఈఎస్పీ లాగా కన్సిడర్ చేస్తే, ఈ ఈఎస్పీ అనేది డిఫరెంట్ ప్రోటోకాల్స్ ఉంటాయి అనమాట. నాట్ ఓన్లీ మ్యూల్ ఈఎస్పీ, ఏఎస్పీ కానీ ఇలానే ఉంటాయి. ఓకేనా, అన్ని ప్రోటోకాల్స్ని హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తుంది, అన్ని సిస్టమ్ని హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తుంది, అన్ని మెసేజ్ టైప్స్ని హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తుంది అనమాట ఏ ఈఎస్పీ అయినా. కానీ ఇక్కడ మనం ఎస్పెషల్లీ మనం మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్ ఈఎస్పీని ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేసుకోవాలి అంటే ఇక్కడ మనకు ఉంటుంది అనమాట. మెయిన్ రీజన్ ఏంటంటే మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్ ఈఎస్పీ అనేది ఓపెన్ సోర్స్ ఈఎస్పీ. దట్ ఈస్ ద వన్ ఆఫ్ ది రీజన్. రిమైనింగ్ ఆల్ ఈఎస్పీస్ ఆర్ ట్రెండింగ్ ఈఎస్పీస్ ఆర్ కమర్షియల్ ఓన్లీ. సో నౌ హియర్ యూ కెన్ సీ మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ టాప్ ప్లేస్ ఆన్ ది ఓపెన్ సోర్స్ ఈఎస్పీస్ అనమాట. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ మనకు మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్ ఈఎస్పీ ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేయాలి, మిగతా ఈఎస్పీస్ ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేసుకోరు? ఇక్కడ చాలా ఓపెన్ సోర్స్ ఈఎస్పీస్లు ఉన్నాయి. ఓన్లీ మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్ ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేస్తారంటే చాలా ఉంటుంది అనమాట మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్లో అడ్వాంటేజెస్. ఏంటంటే ఇది ఓపెన్ సోర్స్, సో యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ లెర్న్, యూ కెన్ ఫ్రీలీ లెర్న్. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ మీరు చూసుకుంటే మ్యూల్ ఈఎస్పీ టేక్స్ ద కాంప్లెక్సిటీ ఆఫ్ ది ఇంటిగ్రేషన్. అంటే ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేయడానికి కావాల్సిన కాంప్లెక్సిటీ మొత్తం ఈ మ్యూల్సాఫ్టే తీసుకుంటుంది, ఎందుకంటే ఆల్రెడీ ఇన్బిల్ట్ కనెక్టర్స్ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి. అండ్ ఎనేబులింగ్ ద డెవలపర్స్ టు ఈజీలీ బిల్డ్. ఓకే, మన డెవలపర్స్ని ఈజీగా బిల్డ్ చేయడానికి అండ్ హై పెర్ఫార్మెన్స్ సెక్యూర్ మల్టీ ప్రోటోకాల్ ఇంటరాక్షన్ చేయడానికి బిట్వీన్ డిఫరెంట్ సిస్టమ్స్ అండ్ సర్వీసెస్. సో ఇట్ విల్ ఎనేబుల్ ద లైక్ సర్వీసెస్ మన డెవలపర్స్కి ఈజీ అయిపోద్ది అనమాట. సో మల్టిపుల్ ప్రోటోకాల్స్ ఉన్నా కానీ మనకి హై పెర్ఫార్మెన్స్ అప్లికేషన్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలన్నా కానీ సెక్యూర్ అప్లికేషన్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలన్నా కానీ ఈఎస్బీస్ అనేది చాలా యూజ్ అవుతాయి అనమాట. ఎందుకంటే ఇన్బిల్ట్ సెక్యూరిటీ ఉంటుంది, ఇన్బిల్ట్ మల్టిపుల్ ప్రోటోకాల్స్ని ఇది హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తుంది, హై పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఆల్సో ఇది మెయింటైన్ చేస్తుంది, ఎందుకంటే మల్టీ థ్రెడ్డింగ్ చాలా ఇంటర్నల్ చాలా కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి మనకి. ఓకే, అందుకని సో ఇది ఓపెన్ సోర్స్, లైట్ వెయిట్ అండ్ ఫాస్టర్ అప్లికేషన్. సో చాలా ఫాస్ట్గా ఉంటాయి అప్లికేషన్స్, మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ అప్లికేషన్స్. సో విత్ ఇన్ మల్టిపుల్ అప్లికేషన్స్ మధ్య మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్ యూజ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆ అప్లికేషన్స్కి ఎక్కడ ఇంటరాక్షన్ ఉండకూడదు అనమాట డేటా ఎక్స్చేంజ్ చేయడంలో. సో అందుకని మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్ ఇస్ వెరీ ఫాస్టెస్ట్. సో డెవలపర్ ఫ్రెండ్లీ ఆల్సో. ఎవరైనా డెవలపర్ వేరే టిప్కో డెవలపర్ ఉన్నారు అనుకోండి, సో అతను మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్లోకి కన్వర్ట్ అవ్వాలంటే ఈజీ కన్వర్ట్ అయిపోవచ్చు, ఎందుకంటే సో ఇట్స్ ఎ డెవలపర్ ఫ్రెండ్లీ. ఇంకొకటి, ఒకవేళ మీకు ఏ లాంగ్వేజ్ రాకపోయినా, ఏ కోడింగ్ రాకపోయినా కానీ మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్ హ్యాస్ దేర్ ఓన్ లాంగ్వేజ్, డేటా వ్యూ లాంగ్వేజ్. ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా, డేటా వ్యూ లాంగ్వేజ్, రామెల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ అని డిఫరెంట్ లాంగ్వేజెస్ ఉంటాయి. సో డేటా వ్యూ లాంగ్వేజ్ వస్తే సరిపోద్ది అనమాట మనకి మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్కి. ఓకే, అది మనం నేర్చుకోవచ్చు, మ్యూల్సాఫ్ట్లోనే ఇన్బిల్ట్గా ఉంటుంది, నేర్చుకోవచ్చు. ఇట్స్ ఏ క్లౌడ్ రెడీ, సో ఈజీగా వీ కెన్ మైగ్రేట్ టు ది క్లౌడ్. అలా మన అప్లికేషన్స్ అన్ని క్లౌడ్లోకి మూవ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు ఈజీగా. సో ఇక్కడ మీరు ఓవర్వ్యూ డయాగ్రామ్ చూడొచ్చు, ఇది ఫ్లో ఉంటుంది. ఇలా మనకు ఒక సోర్స్లో ఇన్బౌండ్ కనెక్టర్స్ పెట్టుకుంటాం, అవుట్బౌండ్ కనెక్టర్స్ పెట్టుకుంటాం, ఇక్కడ ఫిల్టర్స్ కానీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్స్ కానీ కాంపోనెంట్స్ కానీ ఇలా డిఫరెంట్ ప్రాసెసర్ని ప్లేస్ చేసుకుంటాం. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ basic demo of the MuleSoft. Tomorrow we'll discuss about some of the use cases, real-time use cases మనం discuss చేసుకుందాం tomorrow. Okay, so please don't miss the tomorrow session. Today I have some rush up things, so that's why it's a bit hurry. I can understand. Okay, if you have any doubts we'll discuss in a tomorrow session. Okay, thank you guys.